chances are you've seen a console almost exactly like this one in a shop near you. In the UK, you can find these so-called retro game consoles in B&M, The Range, The Entertainer, TK Maxx, and in even more shops during the holiday season. Likewise, I have seen these kinds of machines over in Action and Pepco/Deals in Poland. If you're into retro gaming, you've likely completely discarded these for the lack of licensed games and the lack of library expandability, like I did. But equally, I really wanted to find out as much about what makes these consoles tick as possible. So today, let's dive into the secrets of this bootleg Famiclone console. This specific unit of mine features 108 games in one, even though the box says 100. Both the Game Boy style and arcade cabinet style of consoles come with all sorts of game numbers. Back in the 90s, the game number tended to be inflated with duplicate entries. And while that can still happen nowadays, Flash ROM is cheap enough that you can find these consoles with hundreds of non-repeating games. Likewise, while there is a standard set of games that a console may come with, each console may be modified with a different library of games. The first interesting thing is the menu. Why is it interesting? Because despite all of these consoles being made presumably by different manufacturers, they all seem to use the same game loader, even if the background image has been modified. The first place that we can see this code being reused is in the hidden test menu, activated by holding down A and B and then turning the console on. The test menu was created by Aeronix, however the company had dissolved decades ago, so their name does not tell us anything regarding who made this console or the game loader software. If you have a Famiclone like this one, you can very likely access this menu yourself. The game loader menu here has been slightly modified from the generic menu, even including a catchy theme song. Let's take a look at some of these games. First up is F-22, which is a hack of Capcom's 1943, The Battle of Midway. You might not even realize this, as the game had been heavily modified. If not for the original tile set left in the game's ROM, this would have likely not gone noticed. The game hack was originally released in 1996 or 1997 by Shanghai Paradise, but that hack had never been released. Instead, once again, this was discovered by examining tile sets in the ROM. The hack was then modified by Inventor in 2001, and then modified by Wakesing in 2005, and the build on my console removes the Wakesing copyright info. The game is actually pretty competent. It's your standard NES shoot 'em up. It's also hard as balls too, and pretty unforgiving, a staple of 80s NES games, and especially arcade ports. The rubbish controls don't help here either. I mean, the turbo A and B buttons do, but the D-pad is not precise at all. Powerpool Girl is the adventures of Dino Riki, with the title screen removed. Another hard as balls shoot 'em up. Airway is a hack of Xenius with a tile set that makes it difficult to distinguish the enemies from the ground. Yes, another shoot 'em up. Bicycle is a hack of F1 Race, hacked by Inventor, featuring broken tiles. Very nice. The game is at least somewhat fun, so that makes a change from the previous games. Blobbuster is a fan-made hack of Dig Dug 2 created by Rusted ROM Hacks, although this copyright info was deleted in the game console. I ain't never played Dig Dug 2, I didn't even know that Dig Dug had a sequel. But yeah, this one is fun, although let down by the awful D-pad. Moving away from the ROM hacks, here is Brother Ball, a game created by Nicecode Software, a developer of many games featured on plug-and-play consoles, as well as handhelds like this one, spanning 8-bit, 16-bit and 32-bit bootleg generation. We know that they created this game as when you press up, left, right, left and B, a credit screen pops up for a quick second. The game itself is fine. You gotta shoot your brother's balls into a pipe to rescue the rest of his balls, but only the one that say help. The sister balls are for replenishing your brother's balls, in case one of them gets hit by the enemies that fly on screen. The gameplay is though really tiresome. Produced by Robin Song for Nicecode again is Bugcatcher, a game that is perfect for solving your sleep apnea. You have to catch the white bugs and avoid the other bugs, I think. I caught one and it gave me lots of points, but then every time I tried getting any other worm that's not white, I lost points, so I don't know. The gameplay is slow, the hit market for the worms is painful, and it seems like a tile for the trees is missing. Nice. Speaking of nice, Nicecode again with Nature Clan's Pindable Crystal Ball. Pindable, huh? Collecting green dots gives you points, and after a while the game has mercy on you and gives you a portal to go to the next stage. A real challenge with this game was walking, as pressing the left key too hard would also seemingly push the right key, and the character wouldn't move, making our pindable friend get hit by the spikes. Not the worst game ever, but the bar keeps getting lower and lower as I play more of these games. Again, another Nicecode game, Danger Bridge. It has a really nice and thought out intro screen. The game is genuinely competent. It's like Lemmings, but your creatures are stupid, and you have no idea what road they'll take. So your goal is to make sure that they make it to the end by moving the bridges. There are multiple rows of bridges that move independently of one another, so it's genuinely kind of tricky. When you win a stage, the game demands that you congratulate yourself. Nature Clan's Crystal Balls are back in Escape Way. It's an endlessly scrolling platformer, where you select which ball jumps over the obstacle. Some obstacles are on the floor, therefore all 3 balls need to jump, while some obstacles are higher, and therefore you only need 1 or 2 balls to jump over them. You need to build up momentum to make the jump, which actually makes the game a little challenging and, dare I say, fun? It would be more fun if the D-pad wasn't horrible, and the timing of the jump wasn't so unforgiving because of the momentum you need to build up, making it difficult to know which obstacle is up ahead. But yeah, I give this one a very limp thumbs up. Final Blood by Nicecode has a control tank and blow everything up, with a timer that is over 3 minutes long. Yawn. Fish War actually has the copyright for Nicecode, it's not hidden away. Although the general consensus is that this may have been produced by Inventor. Well, I say produced, it's actually a very advanced hack of Balloon Fight that takes place underwater. Actually quite fun, and has an awesome soundtrack. The game is not part of the standard 201 subset of games, so it's quite unique for this console at least. Golden Bird, programmed by the one and only Nut. Seems like a Hotel Mario kind of game, except not really, although it does share the fact with Hotel Mario that it sucks. Free all the birds, but avoid the enemies by going up and down the ladders, but you are dog slow and have a massive hit marker. Metromania is interesting as it has a car selection screen, including a Ferrari, very legally distinct. Otherwise, it's just a road fighter hack with a broken dial set. Okay, you get the point of what's on this console. Games from Nicecode software, heavily modified hacks of legitimate NES games to avoid copyright, and some bootleg games from unknown developers that I did not touch on too much in this video due to them being so crap that there was nothing to talk about. Interestingly enough, however, Mappy is here, just with the Namco copyright removed. Mappy is enough of a familiar name that I'm surprised I didn't name swap it at least, if not heavily modify the game like some of the other ones. There are also some fun names here, such as Tunny, I swear that's Ariel. Awful Rushing, it's certainly awful. It's a racing game where there's constant unavoidable crap on the road, so I'm rushing to move on. It also has that sound engine that is synonymous with Chinese bootleg NES games. Abscondee, more like Abscondee's nuts, am I right fellas? Ooh Weapon, Ass Art, yeah I don't know, that's kind of it for the funny names. Frankly, I found a much more fun use for this console, and that is hardware corruptions. At first, I started with taking the console apart and probing the ROM with a screwdriver, and that certainly had some fun results. But frankly, you don't even need to go this far. This console is so terribly built, all you need to do is smack it hard on the top, or shove your finger into the middle battery tray, and very slightly edge the battery away from the terminal. This disconnects the power for enough milliseconds that the console freaks out. So before I switch to that segment, I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. Please let me know if you did. I ran a bootleg gaming segment when I first started this channel, and a lot of emulation developments have been made since then, with Famicom, VT and Sun Plus emulation being pretty much perfect now. And hundreds of games have been dumped, so I'd be really happy to check out more of these awful plug and play games. I even have some of the games played today in a VT free version, which I won't get into in this video, but they're essentially ports to a more powerful NES on a chip with graphical improvements and the like. So yeah, let me know if you'd find that interesting. This console is so flimsy. I can glitch it by just doing nothing. This is the most like... oh no, my battery. Got a new technique, which is bash it against the MacBook. There it is, there's the green again. Oh, and we're back to not being green. Oh, every time I tap it against the MacBook, it moves the location. And sometimes goes green. Okay. Oh. I love this. This is just a corruption generator. Just get different graphics depending on how hard to tap it against the Mac. It's great. Ooh, that's a new one. Just a black screen. Oh, pause. 500. Cool. Atari mode again. Here is the motherboard. Looks like there was the ability to have a USB port, so this could be USB powered and maybe use a rechargeable battery. And here are the pads for maybe some power regulator chips or, you know, resistors, something like that. Motherboard here says DY09588A1, and under the screen is SY520 VT 2.4 revision 1.2 2023 April 25th. Yields no results when I searched that up. Here we have a flash chip that also yielded no results. On the silk screen is a parts number for a different flash ROM that would have gone into this, I suppose could have gone into this. which did yield the result, so I'll put that up on screen. And here's the NOAC, the NES on a chip, which is just a blob top. Interestingly enough, the screen, again on the ribbon cable, searching it up yielded no results, but it does say TF24, which means TFT 2.4 inches, and in fact on the silk screen on the motherboard, it says 2.4 and 2.8 with different like measurements on the motherboard, so that means a bigger screen could have been used here. And in fact, if we look at the molding here, for the 2.8 inch version, this part wouldn't be molded in, I presume. Oh, whoa. Oh crap, we're in the... We've jumped the pointer, right? So now we're in the test mode. Obviously all glitched out. That's cool. Oh, that's different. Oh, whoa. That worked for a second. Likewise with that one. Whoa. It froze, but it's still working, isn't it? Yeah? Huh. And now it's not. Oh. It went to the test menu for a second. No way! That's still working, what? Oh, the bloody carbon pads get stuck to my fingers. No way. Try moving right. Yeah. Wow. Oh, and we're in game. Okay. Oh, interesting. Little bit of corruption. I guess in game will still work fine. Yeah. Huh, music's still playing, but I think the game's frozen. Yes, is the answer.